Republican Senator Rick Scott is still in damage control mode after it was revealed that his 11-point plan for the Republican Party in the midterms included raising taxes on the lowest income 40% of Americans. And he is now trying to claim that his plan does not, in fact, call for raising taxes on anybody, even though it explicitly says it would raise taxes on these individuals. So, Rick Scott recently told NPR the following. He said, "I'm not going to raise anybody's taxes, but I want to have a conversation. We've got able-bodied Americans who are living off of government programs instead of working, and that's caused by these Democrat policies. And that doesn't work. We got billionaires that are not paying, income taxes, so we can't be the only taxpayers are what our retirees put in and what our hardworking Americans are putting in, and they're paying all the taxes. I'm not going to raise taxes. I want to create a system where we're all in this together, but I'm not raising taxes. I don't believe in tax increases." Your 11-point plan specifically says every single person has to pay taxes. And as we know, as you in your plan admit yourself, about half the country isn't paying taxes because they do not qualify to pay taxes. They make so little, half the damn country, that the federal government says, wow, you just keep that. Actually, they don't even say you keep it. They say we're giving it back to you. Because they actually do pay taxes. They pay taxes every time they get a paycheck. They pay other taxes every time they purchase literally anything. It's just that when they file their taxes at the end of the year, the government looks at their income and says, oh, okay, you get it back. But I love how Scott's like, we've even got billionaires who aren't paying taxes. Wonderful. We could do something about that. If Republicans hadn't been starving the IRS of much-needed cash for decades and decades, we'd actually have the ability to go through and audit these individuals and make them pay up, not just for the past year, but for the past few decades. So they would be paying their fair share. But the lowest income Americans, they are paying their fair share. According to what the government says, their fair share is to pay in throughout the year, then get it all back by the following April. That's their fair share. That is this, progressive graduated income tax system that we have here in the United States. And Rick Scott wants to do away with it. But I also got to laugh, though. I got to laugh because this guy's out there in full damage control mode, literally lying to our faces about what his own plan says, that you can still go and read clear as day. It calls for these increases. And it's all because this jackass thought he was smarter than Mitch McConnell. McConnell told him not to. McConnell, who's been in politics since the early 1980s, said, no, I know better. I'm smarter. I've been here a hell of a lot longer than you, man, who likely would have been in prison had you not pled the Fifth Amendment 75 times. Please trust me on this. And Rick Scott said, no, I am the smart one. And now the Republicans are freaking out, not just Rick Scott, but the rest of them, because their plan has been exposed to raise taxes on the poorest Americans. If Rick Scott would have listened to Mitch McConnell, none of this would have happened. And that's not to praise McConnell. He is an evil son of a bitch, but he's smart. And apparently, he's a hell of a lot smarter than Rick Scott. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for fresh content every single day of the week. Just smash that subscribe button, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, and share the video.